will come up decent. We're gonna test it out over here in the little spot I'm at. The old drift build. But let me know what you folks think about it. Let me know what you're working on. I know my lives are sporadic right now. They're not like scheduled whatsoever. I'm not sending any notifications or anything like that, having a set time, and I will be getting up to par with that soon. Just kind of had some extra time at the moment, wanted to sit here, maybe try to connect with a few folks that are maybe outside of the S10 community, even that are just maybe in the drift community, right? So yeah, we're going to set up this suction mount so we can get, you know, somewhat of an okay view. And we're just gonna have it right here for now. And we will see if anyone taps in. If nobody taps in, that's solid. Not too worried about it. With that being said, that would be cool if I can kick it back and forth with a fellow drift guy. You know, or just fellow S10 guy, honestly. I like folks that do drag racing, oval track racing, you know, dirt track, autocross, any type of performance driving I think is cool. I think, you know, low riders in the mini truck scene is cool as well, you know, on bags, stuff like that. I'm running static myself. That's my setup's budget, so it's going to be, of course, it's going to be static. Doing bags nowadays, it's not easy to do cheap unless you get lucky. There's only very few options on going cheap with bags, you know, to have a safe ride, because you don't want to get some like super unreputable brand, right? I'm gonna flip this around because there's a lady and I'm not trying to look like I'm filming her, you know what I'm saying? But so sitting here, trying to get a few views, and if any folks want to say what's up, right? Let's see if the phone tucks right here, because that's actually not a bad spot. All right, yeah, that's not too bad. But yeah, I don't know how it's gonna come in, because it's saying I got 2 bars, right? So it's got saying I got 2 bars of service. So anybody that's watching this, if anyone taps in currently, let me, or I should say honestly, because no one's watching right now, so I'm going to be speaking to the people that are watching in the future. Let me know if the quality comes in and decent. When I upload a video, I don't have like the fastest internet, so it takes a little bit for it to like fully upload. So, you know, I'd like to see your guys' comments or whatever, because I'm going to be reviewing it basically when you do. And then I like to get your opinion on that, you know, because obviously I'm going to see it myself, but, you know, I value your opinion on whatever it is. Anyways, for the most part, within reason, right, folks? Within reason. I'm a reasonable guy. Yeah, I will flip the view around for the drift build if anybody wants to see it here soon. Right now, I'm just going to sit here and fiddle with my camera mount, my suction mount that I got, because a lot of these chats, I'll sit here and talk to myself and ramble for a while. And I'm not going to do that way too much. I will do it here and there, but I'm not going to be, you know, putting on a fake persona, doing something that like is not super comfortable to the degree where it's like annoying, right? I'm not just going to sit here and talk to nobody for no reason, just in hopes get, you know, watch time or anything like that. That's not the plan with these lives. It is trying to actually reach folks and, you know, and holler at them, see what they're messing with. But anyways, that's been said enough. I really like this mount, folks. Non-sponsor, I did pay with this with my own money. I was thinking of reaching out to them, but the channel's so small right now, I wasn't 100% sure. Since I'm not, my channel's not based just around like filming equipment or anything like that, or photography. I didn't know, with as small of a viewer base as I have right now, if they would send me something. So I'm just doing this, spent my own money, this newer suction mount, and then the top piece, right, the phone holder, super high quality. I really like it. And maybe in the future, I'm gonna reach out to them, or I am going to reach out to them and get like an outside one. This goes on the outside, but one of the extended ones, you know, where it has like 3 suction cups, smaller with the extended pull. I wouldn't use it a whole lot like all the time, because you know, they can get a lot of attention, right, from police and stuff like that. But I'm definitely planning on trying to get one of those, a sponsor video, do a review on it, and use it to make some good content, right? Because I think that the products that Newer offers helps with content creation for sure. It's a really good build. This aluminum setup, the suction's like real heavy duty. It claims to hold 11 pounds like vertically, right? I think it said like 110 like this way horizontally, which is insane. So plenty good for what I'm using. Eventually, I'm going to get a GoPro. That would be sick. So I could bring some, you know, wider points of view, better angles, and just better image quality overall. Because I don't know. I have to look up what my phone even puts out, but I'm just going to assume it's like 1080. I really don't know a whole lot about like screen quality like that. I'm not like super big into tech or anything like that whatsoever, obviously. But I'd like to bring at least 4K image. That would be nice. 4K videos would be acceptable, I feel like, to try to keep up with the next guy, because a lot of folks have some insanely good camera setups nowadays, right? And I don't know if I'm going to go that route. I think I'm going to go the GoPro route for sure. But you know, that day will be coming here, hopefully not too long in the future. But I could flip this, I'm gonna flip this around. So I'm losing folks. I had a couple tap in and a couple immediately leave. All of them leave, actually. So we're just gonna sit here and film for a sec. Because it could be mad choppy too, right? I do acknowledge that. You know, I can't tell while I'm watching this, but it could be coming in so choppy. That's why people are immediately leaving. Maybe not just the content itself. But I will be popping the hood here shortly if anybody would like to see that. And you know, if anybody, let's see. Hey, it's all right. It's all right. Having one or two bob in and out, and nobody's liking or staying, but that's cool. I'm not stressing it whatsoever. Not stressing it at all. I need to get out there and mess with that stuff with the header. I'm just really not wanting to crawl up under the truck. At this point, I need to let the truck cool down a little bit more if I do plan to do that. But I don't know. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna get in the mix of messing with the header and stuff right now. I don't know if I want to crawl on the wet ground and shit, you know. But maybe I will and film it. If the quality's coming in decent enough, I might film that and you know, have some folks tap in with that. This lady is like pacing around. I don't know if she's like checking my truck. What is going on, bro? I mean, she's walking her dog, right? But it's just like, it's like back and forth. And then it's like, I seen her way back there just like, I don't know, just like kind of like watching. I don't know. Maybe she's interested to see like what I'm doing. Maybe because the truck's cool and I'm filming. Maybe she's interested, right? Fair enough. Can't judge her for that. But this is the Momo wheel setup, folks. We're gonna put this on the mount, I feel like. Yeah, I'm putting it on the mount. We're not gonna keep messing around with this point of view. All right. Well, I got this mount going. Got it hooked up here. Gonna get a better point of view of the drift truck. And we're just gonna sit here, talk about it for a bit, what you guys are working on, what my build is, and then, you know, if you wanna leave a comment, any questions, that would be solid. And if not, then, you know, I'll be rolling up out of here before too long. Because I know a lot of folks are going to be busy this time of day. Like I said earlier, like I totally get that. Being a smaller channel that has such a limited amount of subscribers, which I appreciate all my subscribers. I want to throw that out there. You know, I know it's not going to be very crowded with the viewers and the comments and the interaction, because not many people pushed out to them over, you know, a bigger channel, right? And that's cool. But the channel is going to grow. It's slowly making traction. We're getting up there. I'm already a fifth of the way to 1,000 subscribers. Very stoked about that. Very stoked. The watch time hours are getting up there. It's very motivating to keep pushing to do better content and wanting to reinvest money and more time in making content. You know, and it just, it's an exciting thing. It's something I've always wanted to do and I'm very passionate about. Content creation and YouTube in general. I've always, since I was young, always thought that content creation and being on YouTube would be really sick. And I've always been into cars since I was a kid. And, you know, here we are making it happen. And you have to start somewhere, right? And naturally, I'm not the most talkative person, I would say. I'm more of kind of a reserved guy. I just stay to myself more or less. But with that being said, I can open up when it comes to topics that I like and I care about and passionate. And that, you know, this speaks for itself with the videos. I can sit here and go on and back and forth with the folks about it because it's something that I am interested in and that I care about and want to keep alive in the car culture. But let me know what you guys are messing with. I might be popping the hood here in a second, getting a view up under there. Check out if the exhaust is cooled off enough to mess with. I might mess with the bolts in there to try to get it seat up nice and tight so it has a better sounding note and I can make a video on that. And then I'm gonna flip this view around again, folks. I know we're technically in public. People, you know, can get filmed, it doesn't matter, but I am somewhat polite, and I feel like, you know, if I had the ability to just demount my phone real quick and put it to me while someone's there, I feel like it's the respectful thing to do for some folks, especially, you know, like a middle-aged woman. I just feel like, I don't know, that's just me. But anyways, we're back to the viewpoint of the truck, the more interesting view. You know, my face is not the thing to be looking at, it's the truck, right? And so let me know if anyone that's watching, leave a like, a comment. That'd be awesome. Subscribe if you're not. And, you know, no pressure on that at all whatsoever. That's solid if the content is not up to par for your viewership yet. And I understand that, right? And let's just get out to under the hood and we're going to see what's popping. We're going to see what's popping. Maybe that will help the algorithm pull in a few viewers if I'm showing something cool modified up under the hood instead of this basic view, that somehow that can get connected to the video and stay. And then with that happening, it will, you know, it will stack and domino effect and get a decent audience. And if I don't have a decent audience within the next, maybe, I'm not going to just ramble on myself too long, because the videos that are just not too much interaction, I do end up just deleting them if I think that I'm not rambling off any information that's valuable. I'm not going to put out brainless content that's not valuable, and I will delete it. But some of it I will keep up depending on what it is. But I'm going to pop the hood. Let's see, I'm going to set the phone down. All right. But this is the setup. Let's see if this is still hot. Nah, we are cool on the header, guys. All right, so I might honestly